Now, this is the Super 3 qualifying session, which is funny because the Super 2 cars are on track, but they're, as we say it, diving into pit lane. So they will sit out the next 9.5 minutes, leave the Dunlop Super 3 contenders to have the track to themselves. And this guarantees that in the latter session for the Super 2 cars, they're not impeded by any of the slower Super 3 cars. They are the older generation cars. The production line from Norwell just continues, doesn't it? As Nash tries to better his 1:33.0 set last night. And he does it convincingly. 1:32.2. Reef McCarthy now, back-to-back podiums. The last round in Townsville follows through at Image, 1:32.6. Anderson had his green flag lap end up in the gravel at turn 1 about 24 hours ago. Just tried to tip it in a little bit quicker than he had the previous laps, and like Garth mentioned, maybe even on the grass as well, which would have been the quick way through.
Nice job, Blake Fardell. Moves himself up into third, as you said, Chad. Maybe up a row for the start of the first race today. 18 laps ahead of us this evening in the Super2 Championship, the Dunlop Series. Also, our Super 3 competitors will be amongst all that. 4 months since they last went racing at Townsville. Everyone will be pretty keen to get going. So, as the Super 3 qualifying session comes to an end, it's this man, Nash Morris, ends up on top. Just the 3 laps required. Did it on the first one. Backed it up with a solid second lap. Park it up.
He joins Jack Smith, Garrett Jacobson, Alex Rullo, Shay Davies, Tyler Everingham, Jay Robotham, drivers who have claimed Super 3 pole here at this venue in Sydney Motorsport Park. Nash Morris does it. That's his 4th straight pole award in Super 3.
So this 10-minute session right now, where it'll all be at, doesn't look like the rain's going to be part of it, so Nash Morris's dreams won't come true. He won't steal the pole position, or will his 32.2 stand from Super 3 qualifying? We'll find out very soon.
This is the 7th time the Dunlop Series has raced here in Super 2 trim.
He's done a bit of testing in a supercar, but not a whole lot. He ended the test day fastest. He ended practice 1 in the Dunlop Series fastest. He ended up the co-driver in the main series session fastest.
So far, most other guys did.
So this is on target to go to the top. We might even dip into the 1:30 here with Jordan Boys. So how does it look coming onto the front straight? Yes, nice drive traction onto the front straight. Make sure you shift at all your shift marks. Nice and light hands on the steering wheel. Now watch the dash. What does the lap time tell us? It goes to the top with a 30.79. New qualifying lap record. Here comes Josh Fife to the line, currently 15th. No real representative lap time for him right now. What does he do? He moves to 7th with a 31.7. Feeney crosses the line. What does he have?
Oh, yeah.
30.41.
Wow.
So that qualifying lap record of Jordan Boys stood for all of 30 seconds as Feeney goes to the top 3/10, nearly 4/10 faster than Boys. Here's our fast man from last night, Declan Fraser. What's he got?
The Nissans are lighting up the screen here, Garth. He goes to the top, 1:30.3. He was quickest in that second practice session last night, and he's backed it up again today. He tells me he spent the last 4 months on the simulator just doing qualifying sims over and over and over, trying to get the most out of a green tyre. But that lap, will it stand at 1:30.35? Because here comes Matt Payne, and what a storyline this will be. If the Kiwi, in his first attempt in Super 2, can disrupt a bunch of future stars and drivers who have already been signed to the main game.
So his lap time, or his sector times to the end of the second sector, very, very strong. This is on target for a very low 1:30. How does he exit? Onto the front straight very neatly.
Great that, mate.
There is so much hype around this young kid. There's a reason why Kelly Grove have got their claws on him. And that's why. 1:30.2 and goes to the top. Matt Payne, he has it. He's quick. That was awesome. Checkers fly.
He got the radio call from Alistair McVeigh there. Start this next lap and let's see what it's like. It's currently fastest, so has he got, is there any threat to that lap time? Feeney crosses the line right now. What does he do? Does not improve, 30.7. So that's one of the threats to Matt Payne's pole position, parked to one side. And I can't see anyone really lighting up the screen enough to knock that one off. Ojeda, potentially, has not yet done a representative lap time. So he's potentially the only one, and he is.
Wow.
Fastest to the end of the second sector. And Chad, we could be in the 29s here.
He went extra warm-up lap to get that happening. I saw him when everyone was on their fast laps weaving down the front straight, so it took a bit of extra time, an extra 3 Ks to try and get the heat into his Dunlop hard tyres. Is that about to pay off right now? There's Nissans everywhere on the top. It's a Nissan all front row at the moment. 1:30.2 the time to beat for the Juice. And yes, he goes into the 29s. Garth called it, maybe the first 29 in Super 2, and we got it. 0.2 of a second under the time of Matt Payne, and 2 different Nissan teams on the front row as well. And that was a wicked Armour All qualifying session right at the end. A real shootout. 7 drivers going under yesterday's practice lap record.
3 Nissans in the top 3, 4 Nissans in the top 5. So those cars certainly have come to play this weekend in the Dunlop Series. Jaden Ojeda, this will be a nice pole for him. Home race, spends a lot of time here at Sydney Motorsport Park, knows the place like the back of his hand. And to come back with a pole position by 2.5 tenths over Matt Payne, who everyone's got big wraps on, he'll be happy with that one. Declan Fraser puts himself on the inside of the second row with a strong performance. Brock Feeney, 4th. I don't reckon we would have picked that one in the lead in to qualifying. Tyler Everingham continues his strong form in 5th. Jordan Boys will start from 6th, and our championship runner-up so far, Zach Best, he'll be back in 7th.
This was a really exciting session. Ojeda, Payne, Fraser, Nissans filled the top 3. And the crew at Matt White Motorsport, Craig, they must be very excited about what they're seeing.